Hello, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, I wanted to focus on becoming foundations and flipping the script of what that means. So, before we kick it off, there is a link to the Adgurena mantra that I'll be listening to throughout the meditation. Feel free to join me in listening to that. You can simply listen to it at the end, or just chant along with us at the end if you prefer, or you can just listen while I do it. Either way, or all of the ways, those are perfectly fine. Please pick what is best for you. Now, I'm going to speak a little bit at the beginning here, so you have a chance to pull the link up and have the music ready to go if you're going to listen to it as we go. Okay, my mouse is being weird. Oh yeah, and then I'm having some connectivity issues. We are going to continue that trend. Oh, and YouTube is still not letting me upload personalized thumbnails for right now. So bear with me. And my avatar is looking a little bit droopy-eyed. These are just the glitches that I'm working with, so I'm just going to keep on flowing. Oh, and now we have that coming through. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, well, hopefully it won't come up again. Okay. So before we begin or get into the practice, this is not an invitation to passivity. This is a tactical somatic training. Because of the rise of authoritarianism globally, these systems tend to isolate us. They create frantic feelings and us feeling weak. So this is a meditation for us to reclaim that sense of unshakableness within our bodies. It's that interconnected strength within our body, which I tried to convey through the thumbnail that I created, but YouTube won't let me pull it up. So I guess I shouldn't have even brought that up. All right, well, and I'm on a bit of a delay today, kind of running a little bit slow, so bear with me. I'm just allowing that to be what it is. So circling back, the unshakable interconnected strength from within, it's clear, it's compassionate, and it's sustainable action that can actually grow. Okay. And it's not set in any one way that this is conveyed. So we're grounding within ourselves, not to hide from the world and what's happening. It's so that we become a stable part of the world's healing. And we do that from a grounded center within ourselves. And then when I was putting this together, I just kind of want to call this out because I feel like this woman goes through my head a lot. Um, there was a news clip of this woman in Puerto Rico where she was sitting at her table and she was preparing something. I don't remember exactly what she was preparing for, but she said to the journalist, when the people at the bottom move, those at the top must move. And this goes through my head frequently. And I absolutely adore this woman for that little bit of wisdom that she shared on that news clip. So that's kind of the foundation of this meditation this evening. This is the somatic truth that I want us to touch and connect with today within ourselves. And this isn't about, you know, protest chants. It's not about the Kundalini yoga mantra. This is the law of social physics spoken from a place of grounded readiness. We are the foundation, right? We collectively are the foundation. And I wanted us to connect with that so that we can reconnect to the inner strength that we have individually and as a community. So that's the basics of it. And then another point that I wanted to call out was the point of this is to invert the pyramid. The placing the foundational as the most sacred. Now, this is not a new idea. This is just what I'm striving to emphasize because it's important. This is ancient wisdom, right? I'm sure a lot of us have already, hopefully, connected with this. Um, and that's the inspiration of several cultures where this is a lived principle. And I think it's vital, especially now with everything that we've seen going on in the world. And it's from, the indigenous North American teachings that the bottom of the totem pole is the foundational figure holding everyone else aloft, right? It's also the nomadic traditions where the elders, the storytellers, and the water bearers, those were the stable core of the community, right? So again, here there's no one way, there's no one structure, there's no one size fits all in this regard. And we are foundational in a myriad of ways in our daily lives. So I want us to connect to that. And then as you drop into this practice, you might connect with the broad lineage, that some of which I just mentioned. Or you might have specific ancestors or teachers in your own lineage, in your own life, throughout your life that modeled this kind of strength. The point here is that we're sharing the somatic truth, that there is profound power in becoming the ground, right? In becoming the shoulders that others can rest upon. So that was my point. Okay, so let me get my music going. So anybody that is listening to the music along with me, feel free to allow that to start playing now. Okay, let me double check myself here. Okay, there it is. Nope, all right, too low. Okay, so let's go ahead and if you're listening to the music, let the sound you hear be the first root. If you're just listening to the sounds around you, same thing applies. And yes, silence absolutely counts here. Go ahead and close your eyes or soften your gaze, whichever you prefer. I want you to just become aware of the fact that the primal vibration of wisdom, it's already here holding space, whether that's silence, it's just your regular community sound, the sounds of your home, or it's the music happening with the mantra. And I want you to gently begin to feel the weight of your body. This is the honest, unarguable pull of gravity that can sense to holding us here. And as you inhale, I want you to feel the weight not as a burden. I want you to feel it as the first agreement with the foundation of all things, settling into the body and the feel of gravity. And feel the support beneath you. Whether it's the ground, it's grass, it's your mat, it's the floor, it's a chair. Just feel the support of what's holding you up without asking for anything in return. I want you to breathe into that contact of support. Couple more breaths here. Inhale nice and deep. Feel that support. Exhale, acknowledge the grounding that's not asking for anything in return. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to start to bring to mind the architects of lives that we've built upon. So this isn't just famous names, okay? It's not just the famous people that have come before us. We're going to focus more on the forgotten ones or the invisible ones, the ancestors whose survival was their masterpiece. All the laborers whose hands shaped our world. The countless teachers that have repeated the lesson. I've got a litany of those. And these are the strangers whose kindness was a thread in our net. Inhale, exhale. This can be one person, it can be many. There's no right or wrong here. I want you to feel the cumulative strength of their lived experience. This is a stratum of stability beneath our feet, built before us, that we're building upon. Inhale, exhale. I want you to think about the fact that we are literally standing on the substance of their choices, whether it's bridges, it's roads, it's buildings, it's community, it's music, it's art. We are standing on the substance of their endurance. We are standing on the substance of their love. Really try to connect to this. Can you feel that? Does any of that have resonance within your body? Just notice where it sparks, where it comes up, and notice where it doesn't. Notice if there's a place that goes numb. Notice if there's a place that flares with pain. That could be a block. This is, excuse me, this is the unshakable support of history itself, which I think is really profound, which is why I wanted to spend some time with it. Mostly because of that wonderful woman's quote that I've carried with me ever since I heard it. Inhale, exhale. And you may need to start over the mantra music or sit in silence. That's perfectly fine too. Couple more breaths here while we connect to that incredible history that has given us the support that has led us here. Yep, good, bad, and indifferent. That is true. That is true. Inhale, exhale. This isn't a place necessarily about shame, blame, any of that. It's about really acknowledging the shoulders that we stand upon and what we want to offer, what we want to leave. Inhale, exhale, one more time. Okay, and with those eyes still closed or that beautiful gaze still softened, we're going to pivot here. I want you to gently release the giants, the ancients, the shoulders that we're standing on. I want you to release the tired need to climb. Release the need to be seen from above. Inhale, exhale. Release that mystical top notch. And as it arises, I want you to feel the energy that resonates with the longing, the desperate climb, the ladder. Let it turn itself inside out. Let it flow out. Let it flow up. Let it flow away. Just breathe. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale, exhale. And now I want you to allow your roots to grow down. deep into the receiving earth. Inhale, let those roots grow. Exhale, unclench. Inhale, allow yourself to expand. Exhale, allow yourself to release. And as your roots grow, I want you to slowly open to the idea that you are no longer only what is built upon, you are becoming what builds. Notice where that lands. Where does it land? Notice what happens when you think about that. That you are becoming what builds. Or if it's easier for you to connect to what you have built. Inhale, exhale. And from this quiet, fierce place, or loudly fierce place, depending on where you're at. Mine is much more quiet, quietly fierce. I want you to offer the invitation to the future. Inhale, exhale. We're going to make an invitation to those who will come after. And then let these words form at your center, your third eye, your root chakra, wherever it is that it feels like it wants to flow from. Stand on my shoulders. Couple deep breaths here. Now expand a little bit outward, and I want you to notice how it feels to be the giant that others are going to stand upon. Excuse me. And this isn't about dominance, this is about absolute stability. This is not some untouchable purity. This is the rich, dark, fertile soil of our own lived experience that we're building upon so others can build upon. This includes all of your glitches that you see I'm sharing with you pretty much daily this week. This includes your survivals. This includes your knowing. This includes what you've built and what could not be sustained. It includes what you've built and what has endured. Inhale, exhale. And we're going to rest here for a bit. We're going to rest in the dignity of the supportive presence. Those that have supported us, our own support for ourselves and others, and allowing that support to extend into the future. Just rest here. And if any part of that feels like it's too much, rest within the dignity of the supportive presence that feels aligned. Okay, so if all three of those does not feel appropriate for you, let one of them go. or all of them, and just sit in your supportive presence of being fully here with us now. For me, the supportive presence feels like a very high honor. It feels like true power, more aligned of the power of tectonic plates, mycelial networks, or the ocean floor, cradling all life within and above, right? None of these are less, they are essential in their own right. Sit and be. Inhale, exhale. Excuse me again. The supportive presence within us is the ground from which new life grows, however that life shows up. Let the sound resonate with you within your own authentic self, the truth of the supportive presence and how that feels within your body. Couple of nice deep breaths here. And then with the eyes still closed, we're going to seal this commitment into ourselves. We're going to seal the resonance as this foundation. We're going to join the current of primal wisdom. And this is where we're going to chant together Ad Gurena Me, Jugad Gurena Me, Sat Gurena Me, Siri Gurudevena Me. And just let the vibration move through you from that place of deep support that we just connected to. You can keep your beautiful hands in your lap. You can have a Gyan Mudra on your knees, or you can bring your hands into prayer pose, whatever feels right. And again, if you just want to sit in silence and listen to the chanting, feel free to do that as well. My apologies for my tone deaf singing abilities. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale, exhale. We'll inhale to begin. Ad Gurena Me, Jugad Gurena Me, Sat Gurena Me, Siri Gurudevena Me. I'm going to do that one more time. Ad Gurena Me, Jugad Gurena Me, Sat Gurena Me, Siri Gurudevena Me. Okay, last time. Ad Gurena Me, Jugad Gurena Me, Sat Gurena Me, Siri Gurudevena Me. Inhale deeply, hold the breath for a moment. Exhale and lower your hands into your lap if you had them in prayer pose or in Gyan Mudra on your knees. Feel free to carry this forward for as long as it feels like it needs to be there. The strength is always within you. It doesn't dissipate with any meditation. It remains the strength to support, to hold, to be a foundation. This is how we build a more compassionate world. Inhale, exhale, and when you're ready, gently bring your awareness back more firmly into the body, back into the room, to the sounds around you, to your own steady breath. And then I'm going to close out by saying Sat Nam, even though we didn't tune in a traditional fashion, just to kind of set the closing for my own self. That's all I have for you today. I hope you found this helpful. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.